I'm Danielle from Cageless Readings. So today's pick a card is going to be, where is your business going? So we're going to be looking at the energy of your business right now and what does the future energy look like. We are inquiring about this as of right now, the future you are aligned with. So I do believe that we have free will and that we can make decisions which will lead us down different paths, and that there can be multiple different realities that are happening in our future. So that being said, I'm just tuning into the one that you are the most aligned with right now. If you don't like what is said, do remember that you have free will and you can choose to change the direction in which you're headed in. You can choose to go down a different path, a different reality. So keep that in mind. Nothing is written in stone. There are multiple realities living themselves out at once. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to be looking at is what is the service this business is going to be offering to others, or what intention does this business have? Just depending on what kind of business you're in, I wanted to use both words depending on what would make the most sense. Okay, so we have 3 piles here. We have pile 1, which is this red Jasper. We have pile 2, which is this bottle of Bronzite. We have pile 3, which is this bottle of emerald. So please remember to just take some breaths, ground yourself so you're the most grounded you can be and in the best space you can be at this time to hear this reading and to be connected with your intuition. And then as for the healing for this card reading, if you're interested in receiving that, it will be probably about 10 minutes again, and it will be at the end of this entire card reading for all the piles. It'll be a collective healing, and you can find the timestamp for that in the description box below. All right, I'll give you a moment now to ground yourselves and choose your piles if you haven't already, and I'll see you in your card readings. You chose this bottle of red Jasper. All right, so let's see what you got for where is your business going. We have look through the situation, Archangel Michael. We have Virgin, Pioneer, Beaver, Monkey, and we have Windfall of Abundance, as well as Organize for Success. So, pile 1, let's just start with where is your business going, and that's where I chose these abundance cards for, and I'll just read them for you. Windfall of Abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And the other one was organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. So right away, and just taking a glance at the other cards that came forward for where your business is going, I'm definitely getting that you are just starting this business. I don't believe that this business is completely open to receiving clients or offering the service. So what I mean by that is, if you are doing some things for this work that you're trying to start, I think you're doing it almost as trial or practice clients. Maybe you're doing some for friends or like people that friends have recommended, just so that you can get the system a little more organized, a little more structured, and starting to see how you want to offer this service, what works, what doesn't, what you need to change or set up systems around. But it is saying the end result of this business is that it is going to be successful. And they also have mentioned, just in several of these cards, that the business you're getting into is for a higher purpose. And I do believe that sometimes you can question that if it's really something that's going to benefit people's lives. But I keep getting the message that yes, it is. It feels like consultation work where you're helping people who have no skills or knowledge in a certain field or area get support, knowledge, or even do the work for them in that field. So this is definitely a very broad range. It could be anything from literally like financial consultant to someone who's going to do landscaping work for someone else because they want like a beautiful garden, like a sanctuary, but they have no idea how to build a fence or how to lay down bricks in a nice way. And I get feng shui for someone in this pile. This is very specific, so don't worry if it doesn't resonate. This is for some particular person. Are they saying your field of work is going to help people with literally the feng shui in their homes, in their backyards? It could be closet organization, home organization. It could be interior designing. But there's like a gift of feng shui and harmony in the home and good energy that you naturally are able to do. And this could be a field that some of you are going into because it really is creating peacefulness and like a good safe space for people to be in. So although it might seem like not you're saving lives or something like that, it is actually helping people feel more relaxed and calm after being really overwhelmed or feeling chaotic or have put a lot of work into something and just don't know. So it's something that they've had a lot of negative emotions around because they just don't know what to do or how to handle that situation. So you're essentially easing the path for them, making it easier for them. And in some situations, you're doing the work for them at the exchange of financial compensation. So they do like what you're doing, and they are saying that it is because it is a good service. It is a service that's helping people. It will make money and be profitable. And then organize for success. This is where it's coming in and saying that you all probably are still organizing this business. Like I think you might be needing to work on getting like the name copyrighted or the insurance figured out. I feel like there's a lot of like tedious government official papers that are needing to be organized, filled out. Maybe it's even taxes, things like that. They're just saying make sure that you are working on those things and that you keep that side up because they are important. This business is going to come in, but it is important to get that sort of stuff organized and out of the way, and having systems in place so that it's easier. For example, when I'm thinking of taxes, if it's a business where you can write off taxes for your home, I don't know which country you're in, if that's applicable for you or not, but here, if you keep track of things, you can write off the gas it takes to get there. You can write off some of the rent of your house, depending on where you do your business. And they're just saying, making sure you have that organized and in a manageable system, because you want to start off with a, what's the word? You want to start off with a good system. Maybe that's just what I'm trying to say. The other thing that's definitely coming through as I'm like having a hard time finishing my thoughts is that you might have a lot of ideas for this business, but you might be having a trouble getting them into the physical reality, like getting them down on paper or seeing that idea through. You're doing a really good job at like visualizing and seeing all these things you want to do, but not you're not grounded enough right now to get these ideas down and started. So I do believe the Organize for Success card is also coming through for that, to get your thoughts organized as well. Get your ideas organized. Write them down. Start writing down what you want to happen, where you want it to go, the directions of all that. Okay. So where the business is going, I think from what I can see right now is that it's headed down an avenue where it will be successful, and that there will be financial compensation for it, financial gain for it. So I had asked the question, what does the future energy look like right now for this business? And this is what I used the archetype cards for. And I got Pioneer and Virgin. And the very key thing here about the Pioneer is it's about creating a business that benefits people and offers them a service. You're entering the field of service where this type of business already exists, but you're going to put your own twist on it. You're going to put your own energy into it. Your own personality is going to come through, and it's going to be a bit different. So errors or things you don't like, the limits you don't like of that service that is currently available and offered for people is going to be different. And I just see like it's coming from a heart-centered place. So it's really coming from a place of you wanting to be of service to people and wanting to make things easier. So like I said, you have to just take that and apply it to the business that you are in, because there is a ton of different businesses coming up here, but the energy of those businesses are all the same. So you're basically going to change what you haven't liked about other businesses, about the service, and you are going to make sure that it is more focused on quality, on being of service. I keep saying that word, but it's very true. I keep saying that you want to create a better system for people. You want to create more helpful services. So this one says, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So like I said, I do think you are offering something that technically is already available on the market, but you're going to completely rewrite how that system works, how you handle complaints, how you handle customer service, how you handle informing people about the business. It's going to look like a totally different business model than others who are in that field. And then the Virgin card here, it's if you're wondering what this is talking about, it says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. I think this is where I see that this business is going to still come from a heart-centered place. If you're worried about that, like look at all these hearts. There's a heart there, tons of little hearts here. I also see Archangel Michael, which is all about protecting people and clearing their path for them. There's a lot of really good things here. Everything's definitely pointing again and again that the future energy of this business and the current energy of this business is of being of service and coming from like that great heart-centered place where you really see how you want people to be treated, how you want people to feel, you want to help people. You really want to help people, but you also know that you want to make this your career. You do want to be supported by this. You don't want to have to split your time between another career, another work, another job. So everything's coming from a really good place. The other thing with the Virgin card is it's telling me too that this is like a new thing, that this business is your first, I think, business like this. I do think that you all would have worked in the industry that you're trying to start your own business in. I really do feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Worked your way through this industry and you've seen what you don't like about it. You've seen, this pile is just so big on like seeing the flaws of the system where it's being limited or held back by. Limit is a really big thing here. You don't like the limits set on you in the previous jobs. So you're going to create your own business where these aren't limits that your employees are going to face, that your clients are going to face. It's just very different. I think to someone who doesn't know something about this industry, first hearing about your idea, they would think that it's just like the others, but then after going deeper, they're going to see that it's nothing like it. The service they get, the item or the thing they're getting might be the same, but the way they get it is completely different. They're going to, like, I do feel like you want to empower people in the decisions you're making. So if you're consultants, then you want to include them and empower them to learn these skills and to understand how to make these decisions and give them more of a voice in their decisions. And if you're doing, say, like landscaping or some sort of building items for others who don't have those skills, same thing. You're really going to let them make more decisions than other companies would, give them more options, really let them understand why you're doing the things you're doing. I just feel like people are paying for a service, but their voices will be heard more in your company. Okay, so let's move into the energy of the business right now. We have the animal cards for that, and we have productiveness with beaver, and then we have monkey, which is adaptability and innovation. Also further telling me that this business is still in the process of really being started or being completely organized so that it's at like the stage it needs to be for like the market or for like clients to actually come and find you. I do think it is still just doing practice or trial clients right now, trying to get your systems figured out. So the go ahead and just do it card, that's really coming through. I think it's talking about that organizing, getting those tedious things figured out. Make sure you're doing it. It's not fun. If you're waiting for a time where it will feel more fun, it's saying this is one of those things that is not the fun parts about this business. But once you do it, it's done with, and you can move on to the other things, and your mind will have space freed up for it to think about these other great ideas that you want to be thinking about. So the beaver is just here to say, go ahead and just do it, even though those things might be tedious. Okay, and then the monkey card, the situation calls for adaptability and innovation. I'm getting that there's going to be some weird blocks that come up. You might be trying to do something, and then you might feel like you're getting a curveball. Don't see it as a curveball, because it's coming up to say that you're going to have to change something that you originally thought you were going to do to something different. And it's going to, in the end, create a stronger, better overall business. Which at the time, and I think even for the first year, you are not going to understand why all those weird side steps happened, why all these like regulations might have changed right at the wrong time or seemingly wrong time. But looking back, it's all going to make sense. It's going to lead you to wherever you're supposed to be. And it's one of those funny things where it's like, don't take it as a message that you're not supposed to be doing this. Take it as a message that it's going to lead you down a road where your business will be stronger than it was at the start. And also, as a side note, for someone here who's like, well, why are the regulations changing just a little bit too late? So something's telling me that if they didn't change now, it would have cost you more in the future to change it. So for someone who's really feeling confused about that, that is a very specific message for you. It would have cost you more to change in the future. It would have been harder to change in the future versus now when you're first starting. Okay, and then when I pulled cards asking what is the service being offered or the intention of this business, I pulled from these and I got the Archangel Michael and I looked through the situation. I touched base a little bit on this, where this is definitely a varied pile of people coming through, so I can't say exactly what job you're doing, but it's just the overall energy is the same for all of you, where you're just starting. The energy that you're offering people or the service you're offering people, Archangel Michael is a protector and he clears the way. He makes things safe. He makes things clear in this situation for others. And then this look through the situation, I just see again and again that you're helping people with issues that they've just struggled with. And it's like one of those things where maybe you get a flat tire and you don't know how to change a tire. And to someone that seems crazy, ridiculous. But this person is now going through a horrible time because their tire is flat, they're on the middle of the highway, and they really just need help. I see someone like yourself coming in, doesn't have to specifically be a tire situation, but like that energy. If you can picture how someone would feel, like just helpless, starting to really get very negative, very overwhelmed, very distressed. Then someone like you comes in and offers ease and comfort and solution and help. And like they say, like Archangel Michael coming through clears the way. So if you can see why I'm saying it's really hard to nail down the business, because there's so many things in life. There's consulting things that are going to be done. There's landscaping jobs, carpentry jobs. There could even be realtors here. Who are the other ones? Oh, I even got some therapists coming through as well, like social work. Some of you are going to literally help. Maybe it's more like life coaching. You're going to help essentially people find like these other people that they're going to need for their health journeys. Yeah, there's lots of stuff here, but it's all really good. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? That it's all like a really good service. It all feels like you're really making people's lives more peaceful and more beautiful and easier. And whatever reason, feng shui has come up a lot. They're saying lots about feng shui for any of you who are doing sort of physical work for people. That's going to be really important. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of landscapers here too. So it makes sense that energy came through. They're definitely saying, well, there's a lot of landscapers who don't understand how important their jobs are, because some people don't appreciate them. But they're like, you're literally changing the feng shui and the groundedness and reconnecting people with nature, because they are going to spend more time in their backyards. They're going to spend more time looking at the flowers and really being more grounded. Some might meditate out there. Some might just start breathing better. They're like, don't undermine your value. If you're one of the landscapers here who isn't sure if that's a great job, they're definitely coming through and saying it's very important for people, because people really like beautiful gardens, but a lot of people have no idea how to get them there, how to do all the hard work to make it beautiful. So your job is very valued. Okay. I believe this is actually all I have for this pile. Just on maybe a little another note about red jasper. So when I was picking this, I was thinking about how red jasper is protection. And it's very interesting because Archangel Michael came up and it's protection. And I really do think that there's some people in this pile who really just want to protect people from what's the word I'm looking for? From going the wrong way, learning lessons the hard way, like not having, like if you're in your I can't speak all of a sudden. If you're a consultant or if you're someone who just wants to make sure people don't I get the words like ripped off or taken advantage of, or just have to, learn life the hard way. They're saying that this is very much you. And that could just even be your personality more so than the business. Is that you just always have wanted to protect people and make things as easy as possible for them. So definitely a lot about pure-heartedness and coming from a great place, which will just lead to amazing abundance in this career, in this business. Okay, so in the Reiki portion, at the end of this pile, if you want to receive it, I think I'm going to be doing a Reiki energy for your business. That's what I think I'm going to do. Sending just like some clearing energy, some balancing energy, because it might sound strange, but our fears or our limiting beliefs can be put on our own businesses. So I think I'll just clear that for you all to the best that I can. Just give you as much of a fresh start on it as I possibly know how to help you with. So if you want to receive that, that will be at the end of this entire reading. The time will be in the description box below. Sorry, my language got really funny, so I'm just going to assume it's the ungroundedness going on to this pile. I can't seem to say my full words and my full thoughts right now. Okay, if not, don't worry. You don't ever have to receive Reiki. It's just like a little extra thing for you if you want it. Have a good day. Best of luck with this business coming in. And yeah, just don't forget to do those tedious things. And I guess the other little thing here with the monkey is it was saying that there's a lot of decisions you're going to have to make, and to make sure that you are taking time to think about them, but don't take days and days to do it. Like I almost think like if you snowboard or you ski or you do a sport and you have to react, you react with the best perceived knowledge that you have at the time, but you don't sit on it. Otherwise you would miss the shot. Or like with a monkey, it's like, what's the saying here? They like hop from branch to branch. And if you're doing that really fast, you can't just think, oh, well, which one should I land on now? You're just making decisions quickly, right? Very intuitively, not thinking too much about it. You just are going with that gut feeling, that gut knowing what's the best one, how am I going to land, and just trusting that you're going to land it. Sorry, the sport analogy might make more sense for you all because we've all had like that really good flow state in a sport where everything's just making sense. We know exactly where we need to be as long as we're not overthinking it too much. We're just trusting our gut feeling. So that's also a little bit of a message there if you were needing to hear that. All right, I'm going to let you go now. You all have a good one, and I'll catch you around. Hello, Pile 2. You all chose the bottle of Bronzite. And you know what? I'm just going to pull some cards from the abundance deck, since I haven't done that yet, on where is your business going financially, of course. All right. Here's Pile 2. Okay. There we go. And let's just take a look at all these cards now. Got this. Rise above problems, romantic partner, problems resolved. Oof, you guys got some extra cards compared to everybody else. Or at least the last pile, they got way less. Okay, Samaritan, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Scribe, perceiving knowledge and information. Then we have wolf, guardian, freedom, healing. Okay, a lot going on here. I'm wondering if this is just a business reading or if there's something else going on here. Make sure you can see it all. Oh, Steve. Look. Yeah. Okay, so kind of an interesting reading for business. I think it's not really going to be talking a lot about business here. Your guides have other plans for you. So, first thing I want to mention is Bronzite is a stone that helps us get rid of old self-destructive patterns. It helps with getting rid of our anxiety, our worry, our stress, and therefore helps us eliminate the patterns we've created because of those emotions that we are feeling. And for this business, I feel like a lot of it's talking about your emotional health, your emotional or mental state of being, more so than the business and where it's at. And that makes sense, because if this is your business, then your emotional health, your mental health, how you're feeling, how confident you're feeling is going to show up in your business. I'm just going to maybe end up going a little bit in between your actual business and what messages your angels have for you, because it does seem like they're trying to get some messages to you, some encouragement, some reminders that you need to hear right now about your business. That's probably why you found it in a business reading. So the first thing I want to just address is the card, the snake. It says you are a healer, healing. So initially I pulled these animal cards for the energy of your business. So when I see snake, healing, and the words you are a healer, this is coming through as a confirmation for you that you are a healer. As simple as that. You are meant to be doing this. You are helping people. You are bringing more light into this world. You are doing good things. And I feel like for some of you, you question that. You question if you're ready, if you're good enough, if you've got the skills, if you're ready. And this is definitely an easy message to just get rid of that worry, that anxiety, that stress. You are the healer you want to be, and there's just no doubts there. So then next, looking at the freedom and the horse card, you always have a choice and you are safe and protected at all times. I do believe this is coming forward because of fear or stress, or I want to say it's like self-doubt you've had. I don't get that. I feel like your self-confidence directly affects your business. So depending on the business you're in, that might make more sense to you than others. But yeah, it's literally very directed with how you feel about yourself, how confident you feel about your ability to do this service, to do this work, affects the quality of the work that the clients are receiving or the service you're providing. And as they were saying, you're great at this, you're good at this. Don't let those doubts get in your head. You're good. You're so good. You're ready. You're doing good. And then the freedom, so sorry, I got a little off topic there. It's saying that sometimes you can feel stuck in a situation like you have to do this. You might not want to. It might be a job that you're not enjoying or a task that you don't want to do. And it's just saying, remember that there isn't ever a situation where you're not making a choice. You're either choosing to do that job, or you can choose not to. You can choose not to offer that service anymore. You can choose not to have this business anymore if that's what you want. They're really just saying, just don't forget that there's never, like, never use the words, I have to do this. Like, I just have to do this now. And it sounds like you're saying it in a way that sounds like a burden, or like your choice, your willpower doesn't exist. They're almost saying like it could be a bit of, I don't want to say victim mentality, but like, this is happening and you don't have a choice in it. So it's not quite victim. It's almost like, it's not quite slave either, because I believe you're getting paid for it. I hope you're understanding it. They're just saying they want you to change the way of the words you're using it, because they want you to see that you have the choice not to do it if you don't want to, and no one's going to make you do it. Not on the angelic side of things, at least. And if you're not accepting payment for it, then you can also obviously not do it. So there's just like that coming through. They're saying don't ever think that you are being forced down this business. You can't do what you like. You can't stop this career if you don't want to. It's totally up to you, whatever it is that you want to do. And then you are safe and are protected at all times. This is just really coming through if you've been having some worry about the business success, if it's going to be okay, if you're going to have things to worry about. That for some of you might be worried about people not paying, or I don't know why I'm getting like the word fraud. I think that's a little specific for some people. I don't think that's going to be applicable to everyone, but there's just worries like that. And they're saying not to worry about it. Your angels and your guides are creating a very safe, protective wall on who comes in to this business, and they're going to make sure that everything is going to work out for your best, that you are safe. This business specifically is protected by them. So that might just be words you needed to hear. Or a confirmation you needed a reminder around. That you will find the right people, that they won't just let anyone find you. And then let's just see here. I just also want to comment right away on this card here at Moonlighting, where it says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So this could be applicable to some people who might be doing a little bit of this business on their own time and then working another job to, as it says, to pay the bills until this other job is a little more up and running and you have a little more experience. You understand how to best bring this service into people and the true value you should be charging and all that good stuff. So it is encouraging you, though. It is saying that it's worth pursuing, continuing to do. If any of you've been like, I don't know if how this is all going, because I do feel like there's a lot of doubt of self here. This is definitely saying just keep both jobs for now, because if you don't have the pressure of your business having to provide full income right away, then it's going to be a lot easier for you because you have a lot of worry about that. So they're just saying keep that idea. I think you're already doing it, and they're just really validating that is a good decision to continue doing for the time. Just for your own emotional health is what I'm getting. I'm not getting anything about maybe the business wouldn't be able to provide it all. Maybe it could, but they're just saying here that it will take off all the pressure. If you quit your job and just went fully into the business, mentally that wouldn't be something that would be putting you in a less stressful state. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. So this card here is interesting. The Scribe. Preserving knowledge and information. So I pulled this card for what does the energy of your business look like right now? And this kind of tells me that you're still in the starting steps. So somebody here might be changing careers entirely and moving into writing a book or a how-to guide,
or something around that. But when I see the scribe card, there's an energy coming forward where someone is literally going to be writing a book. And I feel like if this is resonating with you, then you might have been struggling with getting it completed, and you might be at the start of it still. And something that's coming up is that by the start of it, they might mean that you haven't even finished the first draft yet, and you need to send it to an editor, and then you need to go back and rewrite lots of sections, and you're just thinking about all that, and you're struggling with getting that done. So when I see the freedom card and you always have a choice, they're just reminding you that you really do enjoy doing this. You love doing this. That's why you chose to. And if you don't want to, then you don't actually have to write this book anymore. It's totally up to you. But I have the impression that it does bring you joy, it does bring you excitement, and you do like doing it. It's just all this future things you're going to have to do with it can sometimes create a little bit of stress for you. And just on a second note, that I feel like this is a complete 180 from the original career you were doing. I feel like this has nothing to do with what you were actually doing before, to the point where I'm almost even confused if I should even be saying this. It feels so random to see you writing a book, but I don't know the rest of your story, so maybe it makes perfect sense. Okay, so that's pretty specific for a couple of you, I think. As for the other meaning from the scribe card, the overall energy I'm getting is that you are starting to make plans and get yourself organized.
It's so funny. I almost see like you're keeping like what's the word? Like charts or diagrams or something, some organized form to keep track of the clients you've had or the feedback you've gotten from sort of these trial people you might have had. I was talking about this a bit in pile one, where I do think that you have perhaps done some like sample sessions or given some sample services to certain people, because you, if you're going into business, you have obviously gotten some experience. You could even be what things that you've just done for friends, or for maybe as a volunteer thing for somebody here. They might have like volunteered to help out, I think specifically older people with this. Yeah, but just take that as it fits. That's a bit specific, but you've been pretty organized about it. And this card is coming through because it's saying that's pretty good. That's a good thing to keep up, is keeping like data, essentially data of what people liked and didn't like, their names, their emails, their phone numbers for future contact or something like that is really important for you. If you're not keeping their contact information, maybe add that to like your organization tables or charts, because for some reason your guides are saying that it could be beneficial in the future to have that. You might do like an occasional once a month little email out to people or a yearly email out to people. And I do think there are some people that are going to come back and want your services, but they might not remember because life is busy and they might not remember exactly to get to that. So they're saying keep contact information. I don't think it's going to be a regular thing you reach out to, but I could see it being a yearly thing that people reach out, that you reach out to people, sorry. Like a newsletter or something. I'm not sure, but that's something they're just mentioning to think about now. Okay. For some of you too, you might be thinking about advertising and getting the information out there and marketing, if you've been thinking about that. And this might be a little confirmation to go down that route. And then for the Samaritan, it says, refines your capacity to help those who you would prefer to ignore. So I actually feel like this is talking more so about dealing with tasks that are a little bit difficult or annoying to deal with in businesses. It happens from time to time. And I think this is what it's talking about with this horse card, where I was saying like sometimes you feel like you don't have a choice in it, that you just have to bring your services to these people. Maybe they contact you all the time. Maybe they're kind of abusing your what's the word I'm looking for? they're not respecting your time. That's maybe the words they're using. Something like that. Like, they might need to set bigger boundaries or better boundaries with certain people, because I don't believe you're charging very much, if you're charging at all. And I do think that you've found some people who are here to teach you some boundaries to be able to understand that, okay, I will give this amount of time for each person, this amount of time, that, and if it goes over, I'm going to have like a billing option for people like that, and really respecting your energy and your time. And if you don't want to have to charge people extra, or you don't want to do that, then I almost get the impression they're saying then you can choose to refuse service to those people and say, you know, I'm quite busy right now, or it doesn't work out for me, or something along those lines, because I get that that's not a lie. That's not a lie. You're actually too busy for that level of energy commitment right now from these people who need a lot of interaction or a lot of help, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like you'd get an email all the time from them, or a call all the time from them, or questions about anything and everything. But you're dealing with a lot of them right now. That's also the other thing I'm getting, is that I think you're dealing with a lot of them, and it's kind of up to you now to decide how you want to handle those types of people. If you want to charge them a bit more, if you want them to let them know that it will be a little bit extra because of the amount of time you're giving to them over others, or if you just say, like, I'm sorry, I'm not the right fit for your services. They're really telling you it's completely up to you, however you want to handle it. But just remember, you do have a choice. You don't have to accept those clients. And then on that note about charging more or making sure people are respecting your time, this card over here says it's safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms and receive, and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. This card, I believe, is talking about finances. And it is interesting that it's blue, because I feel like it's saying that you don't always ask for what your value is. And I feel like it comes from a bit of a shyness. It comes from this like doubt and self that I was seeing here, where it's clearly like your guys have just clearly come out and said, like, there's no debating it. You're good at what you do. You are meant to do this work. Don't think twice about it. You're great. And I do think that's what they're saying they're wanting for you. They're wanting you to be more open to receiving compensation for what you are doing. And like I said, I do think you're still at the start, so I don't think maybe you're charging very much, or maybe you're doing it for free. And if you are doing it for free, I think they're saying, like, change that. Maybe say, you know, I'm just leaving it open that there could be some sort of exchange, whether they're just making you cookies, or maybe they give you a gift card to a place you like to get coffee or tea from. Like, it doesn't have to be big. I feel like even at this point, if they're just giving you $5 and they're not doing, right now they're not paying anything, if your situation is that they're only paying like a quarter of the price, then I do believe that should just directly be increased. Because they're saying here, like, you'll have more resources, you'll have more energy, you'll have more like excitement to do better if you're actually getting like a more balanced exchange. And so, like, what your guys are literally saying is that you will do better when your exchange is more equal. So they want you to know that, like, if you're feeling drained, if you're like, am I sure I want to do this? They're saying just charge a bit more, ask for a bit more. And although you might not know if you're worth it or not, other people know you are. They're not going to have any problems giving you like a gift card somewhere, or giving you like whatever kind of little exchange if you're not charging anything at all. Like, I really see like people all of a sudden wanting to like bring you like meals or make you like a banana bread or some kind of like bread thing. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm like seeing baked goods for somebody here. A lot of baked goods in your future. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there because that's pretty clear. They show me your energy is like being a little bit gentle and hesitant around that. But they just keep saying you're so worth it, and you're going to help way more people. You're going to have way more energy if you are asking for some sort of gift, or just say, I'm doing this and it's up to you the value you want to give it to me, or something like that. Or I'm open to accepting just some form of a gift in exchange for this service. You can play around with the words, but I do see that that's important, because it is nice when people have gratitude, but it's not quite enough for the level of work you're doing. You're doing a lot, and just a thank you is great, but it's not equal right now to the level of work you're doing. And I do see that you're just needing like you're putting a lot of effort into it. So a thank you is great, but your needs need to be met in the physical reality as well. So that all being said, we're going to talk about these cards here. And this was, what does your business, how is your business a service to others? Or what service is it offering to? But I don't know if it's so much answered that. I see this as more like just personal cards for you. So rise above problems. I see this as their suggestion to not let the anxiety become overwhelming. And it might not be anxiety so much as like worry or like stress, like about, I think specifically like these tougher things. It could be legalities that you're facing, finances that you're facing, but I think for most of you it's like these trial customers, or these like cheaper clients, like these deals that you've offered to just get your foot in the door. And I just really see this as, don't let it get to you. Don't get too like stuck in, like, this is where they're saying like that victim mentality where you don't have free will, you don't have choice, you're just stuck there. And I know that's like a really weird way to say it, but they're saying you start to feel like there's nothing you can do about it. And that's not true. You can ask for more money, you can ask for a different exchange, you can reject those people, you can say thank you so much, but I'm too busy right now for the time commitment that I would need to give you for you to be fully satisfied with my services. Just really saying, don't fall victim to the stress, to this problem. Rise above it. Remember, you're so powerful. You have a choice all the time. You are a great problem solver. I've seen that. Like, there's a lot here about like you're able to see solutions around problems. But I think right now you've just gotten stuck a little bit in a rut, and I think it's partially because of this solar plexus coming in and this worry and self-doubt. So I think it's just kind of distracted you from seeing these different ways of doing things that you normally do. And that's why it's coming up in this card reading. It's not to say, oh, why aren't you doing this? It's more like saying, hey, here's a reminder. You're really good at this. You're really good at this business you're doing. If you're feeling drained, it's because you're not being valued. You're not receiving an equal exchange. And we just got to fix that so that this business, this career that you want to transition into, feels good again, feels exciting again and fulfilling, because that's the whole purpose of it, right? You don't want to keep doing your other career, your other job, because you have a different vision for yourself and you want to bring this business into reality and you want it to feel good and better than the job you're in. So that's what we're trying to get you to. Rise above problems. You've got this. They're really saying that you're capable of it. You just need a little reminder to say no. I guess is the word. Say no. Get yourself what you need. Get those needs met. And then romantic partners. So intriguing to me, because for some of you, I'm like, oh, I think this is talking about a business partner, which could be your significant other, or they might be helping with like accountant stuff or some of the legality stuff. So interesting. Let's see, because I do actually think some of them are just talking about, and this is why I'm like, I don't really know how this has to do with business, but I think they're just, your angels are throwing in a little message about romantic partners, literally, and how I almost see like your knight in shining armor is coming, your like your ideal partners coming in. And I do think it has someone who's going to be more in their masculine energy. So they're going to help, I think, in the business aspect of accounting, getting the tedious things done, those things that aren't fun and nobody likes. But the masculine energy, so it doesn't have to be male. It can just be someone who's strong in their masculine. A lot of females are strong in their masculine, coming in and just like helping you get all that stuff that I feel like this pile doesn't like done. It's like overwhelms you. It makes you feel stressed. It makes you go, why do I want to start a business? This is so much work and there's so much to figure out. I see this strong male coming in, this masculine energy, and helping you with that. So it could be literally your romantic partner or a boyfriend or a husband, or it could be a wife. It could be a girlfriend, but it's definitely someone who you will recognize as strong in their masculine energy. Very good at getting things done is the words they keep saying. They get things done. They get things done. So that's nice for you. But also, I do think they're saying, like, if you've been having problems in love life, that might be creating some of this, like, emotional stress and doubt and turmoil and negative feelings just overall, which doesn't help when you're already stressed about a business. They're saying this is going to clear up. I literally see only like really like romance novel kind of energy coming out of this card. It's very sexually charged. So that's like a nice little thing coming in for you all. I don't believe it's totally about your business, but I do believe that our romantic partnerships affect every aspect of our lives. And I think it's really affected your business mentality, because if your romance life or romantic life has been challenging or not very harmonious, it's hard to go into work, and when you're trying to create something new and there's challenges that you have to face for the first time or is coming up again, and you're not feeling stable or secure anywhere, it makes sense. So this is really coming in to say there's some exciting things coming in the romantic partnership. Some very sexy vibes, we'll say. Very sexy vibes and very supportive vibes. I should also say that. It does feel very supportive and helpful for your business, actually. Like it just keeps saying that, like, they're going to help you get things done. If they don't physically actually help you get things done, it could just be that once this partnership changes or this partner comes in, this romantic partner specifically, things are going to be so much easier in business, because you won't be stressed or thinking all the time about the romantic partnership that has either not been going well, has been very strained, or for some of you might have been getting divorced too. For some of you, and I don't think it's like a recent divorce. I think some of you, it's been like one of those like battled out divorces. And I think this is also confirmation that that's going to get itself figured out and it's going to get easier for the business. But for the majority of you, I do believe there's just going to be a newfound harmony in the romantic partnership that you already have. It's going to be better than before. Like I said, lots of sexy vibes coming from that card. And the other thing I want to mention here is it's saying that you won't have to choose between career and partnership, where some of you might have felt like you had to choose between one or the other. And I see here that they're going to come together, and it's not going to be like this or that. It will be, they just work. Both of them work together. Okay, moving on to problem resolved. So the thing that caught my eye, and this is actually one of the first things I noticed looking at all these cards, but somehow I'm talking about it as the last card, is the two snakes. And when I see problems resolved, it's telling me that this anxiety, this fear, this just like imagining worst case scenario in the head has in some ways manifested that into your reality. So I see chaos, I see storm, I see worry, I see just so much negative emotions just because of like the hardship you've gone through, like the unease in your relationship, the unease maybe if you're one of the people who's here who had gone through a divorce or a breakup that was like, I feel like a lot of control issues. If you are just stressed because you have these really demanding, energetically draining clients, even like tired just thinking about it, just channeling the energy for you feels tiring and frustrating. And I just really understand that emotion. I'm not sure if I'm conveying it verbally as well, but I really do feel that emotion of just exhaustion and wondering, why am I doing this all? And this is just saying that focusing so much on that accidentally kind of miscreated. It is like miscreations of chaos a little bit in your life. And they don't ever say anything because they're trying to make you feel bad or anything. They want to bring it to your awareness. So they're saying this is shifting. Things are getting easier, so that's helping, but try to be conscious of what you're focusing on. So yes, I know toxic positivity is not what I'm suggesting here. That is not what I want people to do. Toxic positivity is a thing, but they're saying there's a difference between that and just focusing and anticipating the worst. So if you're like, oh, this person is going to ask me to do this, this person is going to want me to do that, and it's going to be the hardest way to do it. They're saying you're actually a really good manifester. You're a very powerful manifester. So cautious of the words, because maybe it would have ended up that way anyways, but they're saying like you are pretty good at cementing the future you're going to have because just of that powerful intensity and the emotion and all that anxiety and stress that you like amplify those thoughts and words with. That's really the power that you're giving those words, is coming from that emotion. So the best way, let's see, what are they recommending to deal with that? They just say like transform your thoughts. So if you catch yourself, and this is something that you just need to bring into your awareness, if you catch yourself constantly expecting something negative, catch yourself, and you will, don't worry, you will. You'll start to notice now that it's been pointed out and be like, you know what? Everything always works out the best for me. And I know that sounds so annoying to say, but they're saying it's going to transform the chaos in your life to a more manageable level, because you're going to start literally putting it out there that things always work out for you. You're so good at manifesting things in that you changing your words will make a change. There will be a difference. So just a little reminder to be aware of that. I know that seems a little tricky, but I just can see they're showing me again and again that you will start to notice that this is something you do, and I don't think you always have done it, but like I said, you've gone through kind of a tough time. There was a lot of areas of your life that were kind of just blown up, essentially. So they're not saying anything, and I always want to reiterate this because I really don't want you to think that you have failed or you have not done good enough. They're literally saying like, we're bringing this to your attention because you are a healer, you are a great beautiful soul, and you deserve better than the chaos you've been living in, and they want you to feel more at peace, and they want you to feel good and love your life. So that's why it's coming up. They want you to know that it's important to watch out for that. Yeah. It's so interesting because I also get the impression that some of you might be scared of snakes. Not all of you, but some of you might be. And I actually think there's a part of this that's saying that some of you who are afraid of snakes might be scared of your own power, your own self-power. Kind of an interesting message there. Because you're very powerful. And snakes are so associated with Kundalini creation energy. So, yeah, nothing to fear there. It's your own power. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I really answered all the questions about where your business is going, but it did really show me that your business is being affected by just the chaos in your life and your own self-doubt, but that overall I believe it's going to be okay. Like, it's going to get there. It is going to become a business if you choose. They do say that if you choose and you want to continue with it, then it will become a business, and you will eventually leave your other career or job so that you can be in it full time. Okay, so just to come full circle on this reading, you're just in a time right now where you're focusing on learning your true self-value, your true self-worth, and just how much value this service does offer to people and how good you really are, and just making sure that you are asking for the proper exchange for your energy work, or for the work you're doing, to get the proper energy exchange, whether it's with financial compensation, asking a bit more, asking for some sort of trade. Actually, it could be even in a trade of services. You offer your service and someone else offers theirs. Just getting a little creative with that. But overall, like it says, you are safe and your business is protected at all times. So there's definitely a lot of good things coming your way. It's just been a very turbulent time for you. Sorry about that, but I think it's come to an end. At least with your romantic partner, things are going to be better. Things are getting better. So that's good. Okay, so for the Reiki session, if you want to receive it, I'm going to actually do a Reiki session for your business. Just with like the energy we can put on something that we're putting so much energy into, especially our own businesses. I just wanted to clear that. So if you've had a lot of fear and anxiety that you've kind of accidentally put into it, I just wanted to clear that out for the collective. So if you're interested in that, that's what we'll be doing at the end of this entire card reading. And no pressure. You don't ever have to get a Reiki session if you don't want it. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. You all, best of luck. Know you're so valuable and you're doing a really good job and you're just really good at what you're doing. You're really good. Everyone else knows it. You all have a good one, and I'll catch you around sometime. Okay, pile 3, you all chose this bottle of emerald. Okay, so I'm just going to put all the cards down and see what you got for where is your business going. Okay, pile 3. Just some of the first things I'm thinking about as I put down these cards for y'all is emerald. So for me, emerald has always meant prosperous times and protection. Like when I travel, I wear emerald, and I don't know if that is something, I don't know if everyone believes in this or not, but for me, it's always been a sign of protection. And like I was saying, prosperous times. So I would always think like if I wear emerald when I'm traveling, I will come across very kind and generous souls. So just meaning if I'm traveling and I'm lost, I usually will find people who are going to help me find my way or direct me in the right direction or things of such. So that's what it means to me when I see emerald. It's protected and abundance. But I think the more standard meaning for people is financial gains, better communication skills, wisdom, and improved intellectual power. And I do think both these meanings, my meaning and the general meaning, goes so good for this pile and your business because if you saw, I don't usually read cards upside down, but this was a very interesting energy. So I almost felt like it was important to acknowledge that it had come out upside down. And what I'm getting is that the near future of your business, I think you might be going through some learning experiences, and they can seem not as ideal, but I almost see this as it being the keys to this business overall success is some sort of trials and tribulations is the word they're using that you might be facing the next month or so. And they're saying through this experience, this not being not having foresight, sorry, is the word that I saw here, not having foresight, not being not anticipating the future or what could happen in the business, not being ready for, I don't want to say worst case scenario, just for stuff like that, random things happening, random acts of God, or in this case, cats. But that was actually well timed. Sorry, just Good thing I moved my coffee off of that spot. There was me being ready for random acts of cats. But that is a message that's coming through. So they're saying like there might be some things that I don't know how big of a negative lesson it will be, in the sense that I don't know how much it's going to cost the business, but I do think there's some event that might have just even have happened to you or is in the process of happening, and they're saying it's actually going to be one of those things that makes the business stronger, because you're going to have more foresight. You're going to have this protection in place in case that random thing happened. Like, if I don't know what business you're in, it didn't actually say that here, but it was saying that perhaps sometimes there can be slow seasons for this business and you'll be prepared for that. Or perhaps sometimes there is a random thing that goes wrong. Maybe you're in some sort of factory like business where you have factories or warehouses where accidents happen, and you can do your best, but there's always going to be a small percentage of people that just are accident prone and will find their way into an accident. I think that might be more the case for this, or there could be something that wasn't quite clear in your, what are they saying, like your legal papers or documents. So there might have been like a small crack or something where it wasn't fully being covered, and now it will be. In future it will be. And so what I'm getting from your guides though is saying is that this event happening, or whatever it is that is happening, and also the thing they're saying is that not all things have to come true. So they're saying, you even watching this reading, if this hasn't happened to you, take a look at some things and have a plan in place, whether it is those slow seasons, or if you haven't gotten the legal work done, or you haven't gotten insured. It is a good time to cover those holes, because what your guides are saying is that you don't have to learn the hard way, but in the long run, this event, if it does happen to you, is going to save you a lot in the future. I think this company is going to be more financially abundant or larger in the future. And it is saying that you could essentially get sued, or the cost of this thing not being prepared could put you, say, in bankruptcy or in a very low financial state. And I do believe, like, just even seeing like the King card and guide represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And there's a lot about like really you being good at being in business. Like, what do I see? Like diplomat, mediator, peacemaker, social. When I see this, weapons development, infantry, navy, and air force, this actually is making me think that you're in some sort of warehouse production for some of you. Like, and this isn't for everyone, that some of you are like literally like making large things for government organizations or bigger organizations. And that's why it's important to get all these little holes filled, because like I said, this is going to save you a lot of money in the long run. And I want you to take away from this reading that this is saying that your business overall will be abundant. It will be. And this Emerald with King, it just honestly so solidifies that for your business. Like, it's literally like Kings wear emerald. It's abundance. It's talking about good financial futures. But just like I was saying, when this card came up upside down, I feel like it was telling me that there's a need for foresight or better protection, and that you will learn it one way or another, whether you take action now because you've been thinking about something you should be doing, or if a smaller event happens that's gonna bring this situation into clarity, it will honestly save you so much in future. So much in future. That's what they keep saying. Like, I know it's not going to seem ideal, but they're going to say it could save you, some of you, like millions in your future, or the cost of your business. So it's actually a hidden disguise or a hidden blessing. And then I also think that's where it's coming from here, where it's like discernment, look beyond immediate appearances, foresight, you're able to see what is in store for the future. A lot about this is saying that your business has something to do with being able to tell what people need before they actually ask for it, and being really in tune with what the market's wanting, what your customer, client, or services are needing. And like I said, I just feel like you yourself are like so intellectually talented at creating businesses. Like, I don't know if you have more than one or if you're gonna have more than one, but they're almost saying like you're very adaptable, you're very good at perceiving needs of others and what will be in need, and being profitable from that. Yeah, it's really cool to see this. But yeah, just definitely keeps coming up that message around having foresight in your business, and in like they say, like random acts of God, worst case scenarios, that one off where someone might get hurt or get in an accident, um, just to make sure that you are protected from that. So the original plan I had, it was that the animal cards represented the energy of the business. So you will overcome any obstacles. You're able to see, look beyond, discernment. This is all really telling me, like the elephant is, you remember what works, what doesn't work. You understand what people like, what people need. You understand. It keeps saying the market, or like the things that are going to be needed, or what things are going to happen. Some of you might even be into stock trading or something like that, and that you might remember patterns and ebbs and flows and what's right. And then the foresight card, like I was saying before, it's just really saying that you know how to have safeguards in place, and that's a huge benefit for you and for this business. And discernment. Wow, suddenly I'm feeling a lot of like stock market energy for some of you who might be looking into investing. And this could be just a couple of specific people, but they're saying like not acting with fear, not falling into fear, and really being grounded and centered. And like they said, you having that knowledge and that wisdom of patterns, and recognizing how the market or services can go into ebbs and flows and low parts and high points. And some of them are going to be more prosperous times, and sometimes they're just so slow seasons. But like it says, this business is going to be in a position where it can basically handle that. And I believe you are behind the business, so it's saying like your ability to not get pulled into fear, like the group or the peer, global fear, maybe that's what it's saying, like the fear of the people around you, you're not as impacted from, because you have this wisdom and understanding that there's always this ebb and flow in prosperous times and in slower times. Like here, for example, during Christmas months, people are spending a lot, and then January comes and everything's slow. It's almost like the world is sleeping here, because everyone spent so much money. Now they're trying to make it all back. And I think this is what it's talking about, is that your business understands that there's times like that and it's prepared for it. Okay, and then guide and king were pulled for what does the future energy look like right now for your business. And those might even be like great representations. Like king, so prosperous, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Super great. Some of you might even be in a position where you might do a business where you teach other people how to have a successful business, or some of you might be in that like guide or leadership role for, say, I keep getting some sort of marketing or investment or stock trading, or teaching people to invest their money, and services like that. But like I said, there's a lot of different energy here. Some of you are owners of warehouses and things like that, so there is a lot of you. But either way, it's saying the energy right now is that it's going to be very successful, very abundant. And even if you're not literally a leader, your company or your warehouse standards or the system in which you've built might be like what's the word they use, like a leadership company. Like your company might be running in a way that other people want to model or example because yours has been so successful, or like employee rate is really good, people don't leave. Your accident rate might be really good. Your profit rate might be really great and consistent. There's just a lot of things like that, but it's saying overall this pile, your business future is quite good. Other than for some of you, you might have like one of those random acts or accidents that come up and show you the few weak spots in your legal documents or something like that. So other than that, everything's gonna be really good. But like as your guys had said, it doesn't have to happen. You might just figure it out, even just watching this card reading, that there's something you need to get a little stricter on or finalize the legal legalities of. But either way, it will save you a lot of money in the long run. Even if there is a small incident, it's saving you a lot of money in the long run. And your company has really great energy of success and preparation behind it. Like I was saying, it's really well run. It understands that not every day is going to be the top sales day or the top profits aren't going to just increase every month, and there are those ebbs and flows, and your company just really has a great system for that. And then these cards here were for what is the service or intention that your business offers. And here I see social, domestic. This card here made me think more about it's structured, military. So it could literally mean that you are in a warehouse, or you create goods and you like ship them off. But for some of you, it's literally that your business is just such a uniformed, organized thing like a military or an army. And I think that's all that one's saying. And this one here is peacemaker, diplomat, mediator, which really just solidifies that you are like a business person in this. You're more professional face, where I think there's other people working under you that are doing more like, say, the factory work, or this like maybe you're the owner of a landscape company and you don't do the landscaping anymore, but you oversee the other people, and they're very organized about where they go, how they do things, so that they're the fastest at it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from you here. And then this one, the social card, it says oppression, but I'm not taking too much attention to that. Peace. India, that was interesting. India came up on the back of all these cards. India. I'm not really sure what that meant, but I'll just say it in case it means something to you, India. But this I just think is just saying that like your goods or the services you do does go to just like the average person, if that makes sense. Like to the communities around you. So like the landscaping one would make sense. Maybe it's like an Amazon warehouse. That would make sense. There's a lot of like regular people receiving that. So yeah, I don't know. That one has me a little bit stumped, but it kind of makes sense to me that that's like the people you're offering your services to are like is not so much another corporation, but like the regular citizens that you offer the service to. Okay, I think that might be all I have for this pile around your business. It feels really good. It feels like it's very well organized, more or less, other than like a couple of like little hidden secret holes that are going to get fixed up. I do just see a lot of success for this business. I see so much, like I was saying, in the future, like Emerald and King, it feels like there's a lot of abundance, a lot of financial gain that's going to come through for this pile. And like I said, I always see emerald as a protection stone, although I don't think it technically is. To me, it feels very protected, very safe, very good. And that's very much the energy of this pile. Okay. If you would like to do the Reiki and singing bowl session at the end of all this, so if you just hang on, you'll get bumped right into it. We are actually going to be clearing the energy between you and your business, And the intention was primarily for the other two piles because they had a lot of fear and stress and anxiety that they had put into their business. And I want to make sure we're just clearing out any emotion, negative emotion, any fears that we might have put on our business, just because we're human and we do that because our businesses are very close to us. But that being said, with this pile, I don't feel super worried about the emotion you're putting on your business. It feels pretty good, but it never hurts to get Reiki if you want it. So the intention feels more so for pile 1 and 2 because they really needed it, but you can always benefit from that as well. Anyways, so you guys have a good one, and I will catch you around. Best of luck with your business. It seems like you're going to be doing just fine. You're going to be doing great here. Hello everyone, so you're at the Reiki session of this card reading. So after discussing it a little bit with my boyfriend, we decided that we will do a sound bath healing and Reiki infused healing for your business, just because we find them so much more powerful combining the two. So the intention here is to offer yourself and your business, so the relationship between you and your business, a clearing and basically a fresh start. Because I know in all the piles there was a lot of just stress or money concerns or just fear, all that normal stuff that occurs between you and your business. So we're just gonna clear that out and then just replace it with some new supportive, loving energy, just to really get you on the best foot that you can have, or put you on the best path that you can be on with your business. So yeah, that's the focus, is to clear any old emotions or anything that's holding you back that is no longer serving you for your best or for your business's highest good. Okay, so that all being said, this will be about 10 minutes. I figure everyone always has 10 minutes, so that's usually why I choose that amount of time. This time I will be playing the singing bowls, and my boyfriend will be doing the distance Reiki for you all. And just a reminder, sometimes if there's certain bowls that all of a sudden are just really sounding horrible to you, it's usually a sign that that chakra is more blocked or it's doing some clearing. So it does, I find, change for people. Unless there's a really big block in receiving per se, then they'll always really hate the sound of the heart chakra bowl. Or if you don't like being grounded, you might really hate the sound of the root chakra bowl. So there's something to keep in mind. If you sometimes hear a sound and you just cannot handle it, it's a very blocked chakra. Okay, so we're just gonna get started here. Lie down with your eyes closed is best, or if you can sit down with a chair that has a supportive back and close your eyes and just confirm or say yes if you're wanting to receive this, and we'll get right into it. Okay, everyone, that's the end of today's session. Please take your time coming back into the present moment. Wiggle your toes, stretch your neck, stretch your fingers and your wrists, and then slowly sit up. So please just remember to drink water and just take all the time you need coming back into the moment. We hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this session helps you and brings more ease between you and your business or your career. And I wish you all just the best of luck moving forward. All right, we'll see you around.